What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekly viewing of the Hump. I am Franchise Cam in the building. Mon Love is in the building. And special guest, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
Yo, it's your boy Richie Carlisle checking in with the world famous Hump. What's happening, y'all?
What's going on, man? Hey, man, nice to see you again. Listen, if y'all could be privy to some of the conversations we have off the air, y'all would love it. But you can't.
Right, employers be like, oh, really?
Mon Love, what's up with you, fam? What's going on?
Good. How's everything going?
It's going. I guarantee you that it's definitely going. Everything's going.
So everybody got their sweaters on, their hoodies.
Yeah, in the middle of at the end of April.
Yo, welcome to Cleveland.
3 inches of snow this morning. Yay.
That'll be gone by morning. So.
It's almost already gone up. It's crazy, man. There's a lot of topics we're going to get into today. Well, not a lot, but a couple topics we're going to get into today. But first and foremost, let's do a little check-in, Mr. Love, how things going?
Life is life. Things are good. Got my health and my children.
You sound like a greeting card.
Right.
Things are good. I'm excited doing more stuff with podcasts and doing more stuff with radio. So I'm excited about that. I'm expanding my brand.
Okay.
Outside of you.
It's like, you're cool,
shots
but
fired.
Right.
That's cool.
He's all right. He's not.
And I know we haven't seen each other in a while, man, but what's going on with you, man? I know you got projects out that ass going on, man, but I mean.
Since the last time we talked, man, I've had a son, Prince Ra. He's 2 years old, full of energy. He's really Bam Bam, a real life Bam Bam.
Okay.
Ox. Got an album coming out. I know it's like album, yeah. See, like during the pandemic, everybody had a lot of spare time on their hands. So it was just.
You just became a rapper in your spare time?
No, if you knew me back in high school and undergrad, that's what I was into. That's what I did. So, when I was at Kent State, me, the homie Big Eddie Bauer, my boy J Rock, T, my boy Divine, Olu, we all used to, rock the mic or whatever. And I got away from it. Life happens. You get married, you had kids, you have a career and whatnot. And, one day, I don't remember the exact day, but Ed was promoting his new project. So, I went online, inboxed him, congratulated him on it, went to Bandcamp and copped the project and was like, yeah, man, I was like, man, maybe one of these days I'll pick it up. He was like, man, go ahead, do it. And I was like, you know what? Man, we ain't doing nothing else.
Right.
So, send me a beat. So he sent me a beat, I hollered at Arrogant and went to the studio. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, I wanted to, see what's up with this, do this one thing. And I got back in there and it just sort of got me again. So that one joint turned to 2 joints and I was like, well, let me do an EP.
Okay.
Then it was like, man, screw it. Let me do a whole project. And then, doing the plug and, Runaway Radio and Jug Radio for years, meeting so many people, in the music world. I was able to meet a lot of wonderful people and we developed relationships on and off the air. So just reached out to a lot of dope artists and, they helped me do it. And, it's pretty much done. Arrogance mixing and mastering, just putting the gleam on it. So, shout out to everybody that's already pre-ordered the album, man. I appreciate the hell out of that, man. The very first person that copped was Mon Love. Within not even 5 minutes of me posting saying, hey, come get the album, he was like, ding.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Man.
To be fair.
And I appreciate it.
You had been sending me stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's what I was going to ask you. So how far along in the process were you when you brought it up to me, like when you started sending me beats? And because I remember you saying you were thinking about doing it. Then you saying, yo, I'm buying beats. So I'm like, oh, you serious? And I thought it was going to be like maybe 1 or 2 songs.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to do an album. So how far along in the process were you before you started to contact me?
That was
because I feel like you didn't do it until you got my blessing. That's what I'm heading towards.
I was at the beginning. I was at the beginning. So you know what? That's
he was almost obligated to buy it.
Co-executive producer. Yo, shout out to Nicole Goodman. She's on here listening all the way in Hawaii. You know, what's up?
Aloha.
Follow blackdollars.org
So,
in the building.
like, being on the air with you for a while, you know, I
You would think he knew that you rap being on the air with you for a while.
But I never
feel like
really...
you brought it up a couple times.
I
Maybe
don't remember.
once. I mean,
Couple
but
times.
I don't really remember.
He's
the thing is, interviewing so many, like, you know, singers, MCs,
Right.
rappers, artists, you know, I never wanted to be that host that'd be like, yeah, man, so let's do a track together. You know, I didn't want to do
Sliding
that.
me a demo.
Nah, man,
yeah.
I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to be that artist, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to just, you know, they paid for their time or they wanted to come on the platform to promote their project. And it was about them. It wasn't about me. You know, it was never about me. And at the time, I wasn't active anyway, you know.
Right.
So it was just, you know, just being around. And that energy, you know, for a long time was more than sufficient for, you know, for my love of, you know, hip hop and, you know, the art and the craft. And I had a lot of respect for it. So again, I didn't want to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's, we're grown men. You know what I'm saying? So my time was
older gentlemen.
Yeah, you know, my time and era was like the mid to late 90s. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying that, you know, it's too late or whatever, but I mean, I'm realistic about it. It's their time. It's their time to shine. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, let the young people, you know, do what they're going to do with the music. However, you know, with hip hop, you know, hip hop is almost, it's going to be 50 years old in a couple of years. 50.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like in a year and a half, 1973, it's going to be 50. It's middle age. So, you know, there's a lane for, you know, artists that's doing it, you know, that's been doing it for a while. You got like DJ Kool last night on the Red and Meth was 63. You know, you got DJs that's in their late 50s and 60s that grew up doing hip hop. So it's like, why wouldn't you want, you know, artists, you know, to not, you know, to say, you know what, after 35, you done. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say. No other art form does that. You got people that's singing into their 70s, 80s, they damn near dead, coming out with new music and it's being celebrated, appreciated, they're winning awards. So why not? Why not hip hop?
All right, so I got a couple of questions. Like,
You know?
the first is about content.
Yeah.
About what your content is. I mean, I got just knowing you the way I do, I
Yeah.
kind of got a good idea what your content is. And
Man, we selling dope. We slapping women. No, I'm playing. I'm kidding.
and two,
We kidnapping. We doing kick dolls. No, we not doing that.
and two, and you mentioned what you say in your lane and
Yeah.
all that. So when you said, look, I'm gonna get back in the lab or whatever, you know, and start, you know, doing what I do, was there a monetary expectation?
No.
Or you were just like, you know what, I just need to feel this.
No, it wasn't. No. I mean, the thing is that, you know, I didn't have no. I'll put it like this: if I break even, I would be the dude that would go on Amazon and buy a fake platinum plaque and just put that shit in the basement. To be honest with you, if I break even,
I want to pose.
you know what I'm saying?
with the plaque.
If I break even, so you know, the thing is that, you know, you definitely want to make a couple dollars, man. But it wasn't about any money. I'm not quitting my job or, you know, my primary career. You know, now if you get that call from the major leagues, and yeah, absolutely you're gonna take that call. But I mean, it's more so about, you know, making a work of art. You know, I wanted to make, you know, a solid work of art.
Like a legacy piece almost.
Yeah, you know, a work of art. And like, I'm never gonna like stop making music, even if I don't do another album. I still make joints, you know, and things of that sort. But yeah, it's a work of art, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you support the project, you know, understand it's a work of art.
So like, I remember you were telling me, you was like, it's just a bunch of things you wanted to say.
Yeah.
And then I had heard you rap before, but then it's like when I started listening to your album, the day you had the thing over your house,
Yeah.
and you was just doing it a cappella, just kind of rapping to just giving us bars. I'm like, oh so he's a puncher, like he's a big puncher, like you're a big puncher, which I love, you know, lyrical wise. But it's like it's funny because like you said, I don't think when he says knowing your content, like from you on the radio, it's like it's totally different. It's a different character almost kind of like.
So you are slapping
Nice
women and
Guy.
not just playing.
No, I'm not.
Just a little bit more.
No.
I don't want to say a little bit more arrogant, a little bit more, just a little bit more.
I was talking mainly content though. I mean like all right. So I'm just gonna guess because I haven't heard any of your project. And please send me something so I can like check something out.
Yeah.
I would think it would be more conscious than killer.
I mean, it's really it's beats and bars. It's beats and bars. I'm not preachy. I don't think I'm preachy. I'm what you see is what you get. But I am spitting bars. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about rapping, real life issues, political issues. Talking about getting at women. But not like I ain't no big time pimp or nothing like that. I'm not a cartoon character.
Right.
Put it like that. I'm not a cartoon character, but it's beats and bars.
But I just didn't feel like you would be the guy. Like I don't listen to a lot of the rap.
Damn sure not selling no dope
Yeah.
at all.
Or the guy that's like
you can't sell dope when I see you at Giant Eagle buying diapers.
No, you
like
can't.
You actually can't. That's usually how they get it off. For real, seriously.
No, I'm not doing no criminal activities at all.
First of all, I mean, like, and like I said, this without even listening to one track at all. I'm proud of you, Warren. Not just because because I don't know where you are talent wise because I haven't heard anything. I'm assuming you do because he's a very good grader of talent.
Yeah.
Because he actually like if it's been people okay that we've had on the show before and they were kind of crap. They were crap, and he'd be like, yeah, he crap. You know what I mean? So he's not gonna like mix his pull his punches.
In fairness, though, I think on our show we have more guys that I definitely some.
Okay, that's just want to make sure it was somebody. But
yeah.
So I am.
So I would tell the truth. If it was crap,
Yeah.
I would be like, yeah, it's cool. It's
And another reason I'm proud of you is because of your age. It's hard to like I mean, a lot of people do stuff that they love purely for the love, but then like you say life gets in the way. But it's hard to like go back to something. You know what I mean? It's like I mean, me and Moan kind of went through that with doing the show.
Yeah.
It's like, what, we got so much stuff happening, but like with the love for this mic, and like, and bringing things across to people was important to us. So I am proud to say that you got a project out, man. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be banging. Can I play it in my car loud? Okay.
That's fuck.
What neighborhoods would you suggest I play it loud, and what neighborhoods I should maybe turn it down a little? Can I play it loud in Shaker?
I'll play my music loud in Shaker, but I don't be caring. You know what I'm saying? So, now I'll put it like this: if the police roll past you, you might want to turn it down.
I know I can play it loud in East Cleveland because y'all have like a.
You can only play it loud in Cleveland Heights, so that's it. That's just the perimeter of Cleveland Heights is the only place you can play it loud.
Shots fired.
Man.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm proud of you, brother, man, and I pray it does what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, to be honest with you, like, the pre-sales has exceeded expectations already. You know what I'm saying? And, I've had people that I did not expect, to hit the inbox and say, hey, man, I want to support you, or hey, man, let me get that. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, that first night was just amazing, man.
Are we to the point you could, like, loan somebody some money?
Man,
No?
that went on bills, brother.
Okay. That's cool.
But
I'm just trying to, like, gauge monetarily.
nah, but
where you at.
it was it was like the response like floored me. I had people that I didn't that I know, friends, and just like the professional me. Let me go ahead and cop and support, or just family members that never like supported at all anything I was doing. Inbox like, yeah, let me cop it, and then was like, man, that's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
But just from what I know about you kind of, I mean, even if it was a complete trash project, I'm not calling that, I would listen to it just to be listened to it because I know of you. You know what I mean? I would feel comfortable. I used to get a lot of people like that would hand me CDs and be like, yo, can you play this on my show? Or could you give me a holler or whatever and stuff? And like literally some of them I would just like toss it out the window. Because I'm not really in that lane. And I knew they were going to be talking about stuff. This is a guy, I ain't going to say his name, but he was named after a street narcotic.
oh wow.
And he was like, yo, this is my name. Check my joint out. And I'm like, all right. But like, I couldn't like, do like heroin B. I can't like, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to be into that. That's what I'm trying to say. But like I said, with you and like knowing things about you and being around you, I would definitely give it a spin, So, I mean, like I said, future success. I can't wait to hear it. And if it bump, we'll definitely, show us some love on the show. Post it on the page, get you some more sales so we could borrow some money.
Shout out to Arrogant, man. Like you know, I reached out to him because I've been knowing him for years. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm in Cleveland Heights. He's in Shaker, so I just shot right down Lee Road. He just like, man.
I mean, that's.
And you know, and we did it, and like I would be, you know, I was able to bring my kid to the station, to the studio, you know what I mean, and he'd be in there playing with his kid.
Oh, okay.
You know, it was a family project, and everybody that that dropped the verse on the project, you know, great people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, when you go on to war, you want to go to war with people you trust and can depend on. So everybody on the project that contributed, you know.
And I did want to make the video shoot, but I was out of town.
Hey, it's cool. It's gonna be another one.
I want to be in another. Can I be like? Hold something.
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
But I also just wanted to say too, like I said, just going back and forth with you, just keeping a professional and a personal relationship going back and forth these years.
Yeah.
It also inspired me to do stuff for our demographic. Like a lot of, like, you know, for 40 plus black males, there's not a lot of music being made, not a lot of television shows, not a lot of products for us, by us.
Yeah.
So I just want to say it also inspired me to do, I started another podcast with a couple of guys I grew up with, just based on the fact that, you know, so there's nobody else our age telling our stories as far as like, you know, early 90s hip hop,
right.
and stuff that we were into, stuff that helped shape the culture, because we helped shape the culture. So the culture that a lot of these kids are using, they're sailing on the ship that we built.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted these stories to be out because there's some dope stories. And I have a friend, he actually works in the industry. So he has industry stories, like real live. This is what, behind the back, this is what happened with this. And this is like that type of person. So I just thought they were dope stories. It started off just a group chat. And they're so funny on the group because they're two brothers.
Yeah.
So they're so funny on the group chat. They're not as funny as you, you know. But no, he's hilarious.
He's like, man.
Cam is hilarious. Like my group chats are crazy, but these two dudes are wild. So it's like, I want to let you know that also inspired me to do more with my platform and to actually, like I said, extend my brand. Like,
so when he get money,
right, right. Let's just keep circulating.
That's right.
Around.
Let's get loans.
Yvonne,
Radio
Keisha,
money.
Jennifer, Jonathan, Nova.
Let's get some loans.
What up, Chuck? My boy Chuck. He produced.
What up, True? What up,
He
Shauna?
produced the first song that we're gonna do the video for. What We Are Radio alum Cat the Neil. You know, he produced that joint, and me and him, we went to high school together. You know, we linked up, and you know, we at the house just, you know, kicking back, and he playing beats. I'm like, okay, that's cool. All right. Then he played this one. I was like, oh wow, that's the one. You know. And so I went ahead and copped it and invited Kat to the crib to listen to it. She was like, yeah, that was what's up. And the rest was history. But we shot the video for that, and that's gonna come out. Oh yeah, what up, my boy Kareem Ellis, Silent Stepchild, all the way in VA, my college mate, one of the dopest producers that I know, gave us a beat for the album as well. He's checking in. You know, right now I'm rocking one of his hats for the Ellis Tie Company. Okay. Had the rep, you know, black-owned business. You know, black-owned fashion. Yes, bow ties.
Gotcha.
You know, so you need bow ties for work or for an event, or you just rock the bow ties. He also got regular ties, you know.
Okay.
And you know, t-shirts, and I'm rocking the fitted. You know, well, the snapback. Sorry about that. You know, back in our era, we like the fitteds. But yeah, I had to go ahead and represent for my man. You know.
Well, that's like I said, I'm proud of you, bro, man, and I look forward to listening to the album.
It's crazy because first thing he invites me, he's like, you know, I want to sit in on the show next week. He's like, we don't got to talk about the album. I'm like, what? Like,
oh no, we'd never do that.
No, I just wanted to, you know,
I'm like, what? Like, why would we not talk about the album?
I miss producing the show.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, there's no way I'm gonna have you here. We'll have you here. Yeah. First of all, there's no way you had to ask for permission to be here.
Yeah.
Second of all, there's no way you're gonna have an album out and we're not gonna talk about your album.
Right.
And third of all, if it do numbers.
All right, man.
I'm just saying, don't forget about us, man. Cause like
we got you, man.
I'm not much, you know. I just don't want to see you like with Khaled and all these people, man.
If it do,
and I'm like right here.
If it does numbers, man. If it does numbers, y'all can hold me to it. If it does numbers, you and Moan can be the dudes that come out on stage, do the monologues and the intermissions and the commentary and all that.
I kind of don't want to work for
I
nothing.
just,
Man. I just want to
I
do
just want to
something.
smoke. I just want to smoke cigars and drink cognac in the green
Yeah,
room.
I mean,
that too.
I won't smoke the cigar. I'll keep it in my mouth though.
Right. Well, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, you there.
So yeah, like I said, like I said, congratulations, man, and I pray that this does what you wanted to do. You know.
Oh yeah. Man,
I mean, what you wanted, not what nobody else wanted. What you wanted to do.
Yeah, but that's the cool thing about it, man. It's like, very little very little pressure because nobody was asking for it. Like, I don't like a lot of times artists be like, support me, support me, support me. But it's like, dude, you want to be insert, you want, this is what you wanted to do. No one asked you to do that. You know what I mean? So if nobody gets it, you can't say, but y'all don't support. It's like, well, people have a choice to support or not. So that's why it's like, I can say that a lot of the best artists that I've encountered have been the people that's been real humble, real respectful, highly professional, and appreciative of whatever support they get. You know what I'm saying? Because again, no one asked you to do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question, like, and I meant to tell you this the other day. I really don't like lists at all. I'm done with lists. I think lists are retarded.
You think lists are retarded?
I do.
Why?
I like when people say your top 5 greatest, your top. I think they're retarded because people vote with their emotions. People vote or pick
they're complete. There's no.
Like you'll have a guy. There's a guy right now that think Robert Horry is the best basketball player ever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because
Might be his cousin.
that's his dude. So I really hate doing. I'm done with lists.
I mean, but it depends on what you say. Like you can't say you can. If you have your list of your top 5 players ever, that's your list.
Right, but I mean,
you can't say, "Oh, these are the top 5 players ever." These
right,
are
but
my
this
favorite.
where a lot of people do that though, like especially when they get into GOAT conversations and all that kind of stuff. It was great all the time. La, 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 la. But it's just to me, it's asinine because like people vote where they. I mean, Michael Jordan might have made a shot that defeated their favorite team, and
So it's like
they hated
Michael
it.
Jordan.
So yeah, so no matter what he does, somebody else gonna be the GOAT. But anyway. But that being said, give me your 5 favorite
My 5 favorite
rappers.
Oh man, ooh. And, it's an ever-changing list. To be honest with you, it's ever-changing. But I will say that my favorite, my top 5 favorite are go-tos. Scarface.
Shout out to Scarface. Hope you're doing all right, man. It was rough for a second.
Yeah, definitely Tupac Shakur. Rest in peace to the God. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
Was Nipsey on the list, or you just saying rest in peace?
He's on the list.
Okay, just making sure.
He's on the list. That's 3. Let's see. 8 Ball. 8 Ball of MJG.
He looked at us like A-Ball.
Like that's the thing. It's like it's hard to limit it to 5 because there's so many. You know what I'm saying?
Then it'll change tomorrow.
And Redman.
Okay, that's good. And I can't leave the musicaholic out of it. Who will be your 5 favorite MCs?
Like I say, it changed all the time. It's not
So you're not going to answer?
it just changes.
It changed because if I ask you tomorrow, it'll be a different list.
It'll be a different list.
But what's the list today?
Hopefully now, always gonna find Jay-Z there. Always gonna find Mos Def there. I'm really, she's crept in, so I'm gonna add Rhapsody to the list of my top 5.
She's dope.
Yeah. Like I say, you go Tupac, Amaru Shakur, Christopher Wallace.
Okay, cool. Lauryn Hill.
Lauren's dope.
Lauren is dope. She used to have that spot, but Rhapsody's just so.
Lauryn
She's
Hill.
tough, man.
She's like Lauren's daughter. That then came out and she
Like Lauren and Latifah had a kid and named it Rhapsody.
How would that happen? But
I'm talent wise.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say Lauren, Latifah, and Pac then came together and
Like Talib would be like one of my dudes. Of course, Nas. Nas is always going like the Guru. And believe it or not, there used to be kind of GOAT LL.
LL, man, he's a guy. He's a God MC to me.
Yeah, you can't nobody get mad at you for saying LL
at all. That's like okay. I'm not gonna say how you gonna do that. No, he's not questionable. That's like what, cool.
So
you know what I'm saying?
We had like a lot of events happen this week.
I thought I was gonna be the one to take the show off the rails, but take it
No,
over.
no. I mean, you could drive it off if you would like. I mean, as long as it ends up off the rails, I don't care.
Since you are here, they still killing our people. Reggie, what's up?
Man. Yo, that's America, man. That's America. You know what I'm saying? You know, the police, you know, they've been, you know, collectively on a large scale, you know, Nazi stormtroopers.
So before we get into the latest, you had a really good idea, I thought, about changing the way the police departments are structured, the way the police are structured.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take credit for it, but it's like a great idea. So I want you to kind of touch on what you were saying.
So here's the thing.
I'm like,
over the
that's
last 40 so years, you know, municipalities, you know what I'm saying, have outsourced a lot of stuff. Like, you would have janitors, you know, custodians that would clean the White House, that would clean government buildings, so on and so forth. You know, they outsourced them to, you know, janitorial companies to come in for a fraction of what they were paying the janitors, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of them, you know, or like transportation, you know, now you got Uber, you know, and things of that sort. Everything's outsourced or, you know, or sent to third-party companies.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, I would just completely disassemble police departments across the country and have private security forces bid for the jobs.
For each city.
OCP.
Yeah.
They're working
But
But
here,
they're
but,
literally working for you, though.
nothing's
if they-
working now.
And if they have, I'm not saying, and then if they have to
Yeah.
Fight for contracts every 2 years,
Yeah,
they're gonna do
you
the
have
best
to,
they have.
you know, they'll have to bid every two
Every 2
years. If and make policing like, you know, the thing is that people didn't know that for you to be in the policing profession, you have to be licensed.
Mhm.
You have to be licensed. You have to take, you know, CEs. You know, so the thing is that, you know, make it to where if you have a history of violence or anything like that, you know, you can't be in the profession. You know, or if you were, how can I put it? If there was a suit against you for killing a civilian or what have you, and the city lost, or you were convicted in criminal court, you know, you couldn't be in the profession. So you have a lot of police officers that kill black people, resign or get fired, and get hired by the department down the street or across the country. It
Some
should
little
be,
department, some
yeah,
little
it should be national. Like, you can't, you out, you're out.
Ashtabula, Sandusky.
Yeah, because it's like in the financial services arena, if you do certain things, you're out of the industry completely.
I mean, that's basically any other field, medical field.
Yeah, any other field, you can't do the work.
If you go against your license, you're out of that profession.
Yeah, it's like a lawyer. If you get disbarred, so police officers should have the ability to be disbarred.
Correct.
That, and I would restructure the way unions have way too much power. They have way too much power. So instead of the thing is, cities negotiate with police unions. Dead that entirely. Just obliterate that entirely. Instead of that, you should negotiate with these private security forces who can go to the unions to hire qualified, non-racist police professionals to do the work. Now, if you want to be a racist son of a bitch, you can't do it in America because these companies cannot hire you because of your past history of being a racist son of a bitch.
Okay. So
You know, you're out the industry. You want to do something else, do something else.
now, okay, and by design, it sounds like definitely an upgrade on what we have. The problem I will have is, like, one, I just get real antsy when something that because these even though they're private companies, they're corporations, because they'll be corporations.
Yeah.
And corporations, every corporation, even the ones that we think are good, are corrupt.
Yeah.
And so I would be more concerned about, because when you was like the contracts and stuff, like, you could bid on a contract, but they 9 times out of 10, like whoever's the political
Now, here's the
make
thing.
decisions.
If a police officer has some misconduct, instead of people suing the city, they're suing the company.
Correct.
Yeah, but I mean that part. I mean I'm saying it's a great idea, but it, to me, it's still swampy, because the political the whoever is, like, let's say the governor of the state or the whoever's choosing the contracts, he's in bed with the corporations.
For sure.
Like if it was somebody who like completely impartial, like you know what, John,
you're not gonna ever achieve zero impartiality and
that's what I'm
human
saying.
beings running it, but
also
I'd be cool with like 80%.
Also, the hiring rate, which the people that's doing the hiring for the corporation, or security company, whoever you're saying, since it's still disproportionately white more than black, it's still going to be the candidate. A lot of these, like you're right though, a lot of police officers shoot somebody and it goes someplace else, but a lot of them in the same face is their first time shooting.
Well, here's
somebody.
the thing, like,
and they still out there.
When you apply for government contracts, you have to meet certain guidelines. If you don't meet those set guidelines, you can't even apply.
Right.
So the thing is, if you have a situation where you got to have X amount of officers meet these demographics, all your officers have to meet these requirements, and you don't,
just like regular corporations have.
You don't get in. Period.
Listen, ask Jeff Johnson about. That's what I'm trying to say.
But that's the thing. I mean,
they can grease palms.
I see you.
I mean, no, I believe it's a great idea.
But you ain't about to lose no $1 billion project over one person.
We ain't gonna know. That's what I'm trying to say. We ain't gonna know.
But like I said, this is the thing is what I get out of it. Number one is it's a higher rate of accountability. Because like I said, these corporations aren't worried about color; they're worried about money.
Agreed.
You're messing up money.
But then all of them always.
Number two, like I said, if something does happen on their watch, they're accountable for it.
Yeah, and you gotta have a certain amount of you gotta have a certain amount of insurance as an organization to even step up.
So
I mean, they're gonna have that.
I'm just saying that makes them more accountable by default already. It's this idea or whatever you do, it's already 100% better than what we have.
Already.
I feel like
what we have in place.
I mean, what we have in place is, I think, is horrible only because one of the major reasons is the accountability part. The accountability part.
Police unions.
And if I mean, I'm not really like up. I don't really know a lot about police unions, so I'll be perfectly honest. So I don't know a lot about them, but I do know that when
they endorsed Trump twice.
Kill him. No, but I do know.
That's all I need to know.
As long as whether it be a security guard, like so, say if the security company had a guy that killed somebody, and but then he's not. It's the same thing that happens to him now. Like maybe he doesn't go to jail, he just gets fired. And he moves on, and they can like
he can't. He has to maintain his license, his or her license.
But I'm saying
if it's a situation where
he's not a cop again.
You kill somebody, and you lose your policing license. You're like nationally, okay, Jeff Jackson. Oh no, nope.
Yeah, but I'm saying so he's not a cop again, but he's already took something. Like I mean, how many of these officers? Y'all can correct me because I don't know. But how many of these officers have killed multiple people? Like, I mean, I haven't seen a story. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but how many officers have killed multiple? I mean, like he's assaulted other people, and I mean, what I'm saying is, like, even if he gets away with it once, and they fire him, he can never be a cop again. He got away with it. I'm saying my biggest thing is on the front end. If you kill somebody, send your ass to jail. Like, I mean, that is the deterrent. See, they haven't had that deterrent.
Oh, that's another part of the puzzle.
See, that's the part of the
puzzle.
Right now,
you're talking legislation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I guess that's what I'm going at. See, right now, there isn't the front end. They not doing nothing.
Well, but New York State, they removed. I think they removed implied immunity.
I think
New York State.
I believe so.
Yeah. So, like, the thing is that that what that does is that you. Pretty much.
I mean, look what it took for this dude to get convicted the other day. A video of him on somebody's neck for 9 minutes. Had he been on the dude's neck 3 minutes, he might not have went to jail.
Man, the police officer that killed Tamir Rice got off, and you had him on film rolling up 2 seconds and dead.
And listen, not only did he get off, they knew he was a problem. Like with the
off top.
They knew he was a problem.
He shouldn't have been hired.
So I guess what I'm saying, and I do think that's better than what we have now, but I still don't think the accountability on the front end, unless that's fixed, then the problem's still there because they could still kill somebody and maybe they're not a police, they can go do a construction worker. You know what I mean?
Comments?
Nah, I ain't.
No, I mean I'm reading the comments on mine. I don't see the comments.
I was reading.
Oh, okay. The hiring process is extensive, and okay, so Nicole Goodman saying the hiring process is extensive and yearly see continued ads, but the cops were mostly from other places and still didn't get to patrol and live in patrol areas. That's another one too. Like, you know, if you a police officer patrolling in Cleveland, you need to live in the neighborhood of your beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree.
You should, because the thing is that if you're talking about community policing, how you gonna community police effectively if you don't live amongst the people you policing?
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to come from North.
But they did do that though. I mean, there was a residency before.
You can live in Cleveland, but it's like you wasn't patrolling in your neighborhood.
But I mean,
you can live like on you know, a lot of people that live on Pearl Road is doing patrols on St. Clair.
Right. To me, the main issue is they can get away with it. Yeah. And it doesn't matter to me who they work for. If they can get away with it, that's my problem. There's not enough accountability on the front end.
Right.
So when that problem's fixed, then you can move on to other stuff. But like if they work for, I don't care, McDonald's, like security service, and they kill somebody, McDonald's they're gonna cut them a check. He gonna go find someplace else to work. It might not be a police officer. They're gonna cut the family a check.
Well, that's the thing. That's you talking about the judicial system,
right? But that's what the problem is, though.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the problem.
I mean because
that's a piece. That's a major piece.
If you're in fear of going to jail as far as being treated like a criminal,
first of all, you shouldn't be a police officer. You scary anyway.
Man, police officers are it's just a job for a lot of people. It's a job. They're not doing it because they trying to make the world better. They're doing it because they provide for their family. I mean, that's a lot of cops.
Have a million and one
now,
jobs.
there's some cops that
some jobs, man. You like you should be extensive background check. It's like, so were you bullied in school? Okay, yes. Okay, you can't do that. Were you the bully? No, you can't do that. Were you the person that whooped up on the bully? Yes. Oh, we need you. Hold up. We may consider you. We like that. Were you the person that beat up the bully on behalf of somebody else?
I mean,
yes. Okay, we definitely want you to be the police officer.
If they can go back that far, that would be cool. But I just think like a lot of them just they don't respect who they're killing. So and they're getting off for it. So I mean, they really have no reason until like.
Well, that's
recently.
The thing. That's another like Nicole, founder of Foul Black Dollar. She was a career police officer for the Cleveland Police Department. She lived on her beat. So the thing is that you're a police officer and you patrolling in your neighborhood. When you get off work, you got to see everybody in the neighborhood, from the person that's selling dope to the milkman to the insurance man, to the electrician. Everybody know you. You know them. They know where you live. So you can't be in violation and doing bad policing, or people gonna come to your crib and bring it to your front door. Whereas now you have a situation where you got people, like you said, live in North Royalton, doing all type of dirt in Woodland or East Cleveland. They don't care about that neighborhood because they're going home. They're going to hop on I-90 and go west.
Just a correction. East Cleveland only got 2 cops. And I mean, it's not like a real beat in East Cleveland. Cut it out. It's that one that keep driving around Popeyes, and the other one is around Best Steak and Gyro. Like, we time them.
Bruh.
I'm just playing.
Why, man?
You're making it seem like that's like a...
Why?
Never.
Why? Why you like this?
There's no North Royalton cop working in East Cleveland. Please,
why are you
he's not.
Like that?
He's not doing that.
Why are you like that?
Because you said East Cleveland. I'm just saying.
The east side of Cleveland. Okay.
Better.
Okay. All right. So that's the thing. I mean,
we'll revisit this after the show.
After the show,
definitely revisit.
You're gonna have the class of Shaw High, class of '93 outside your door.
I mean, why?
They pulling up now.
They know I'm telling the truth.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
That's like East Cleveland.
It's on principle.
Listen.
Yeah, no, we're not about to do
Cleveland
that.
Got the 2 cops.
We're not about to do that.
Cleveland got the 2 cops.
We're definitely not
that's
about
why
to
they
do
started a light there. So that's like 3 cops. There's a traffic light and 2 patrol cars.
When do you go to East Cleveland?
I be there with my job sometimes. And I got caught by the traffic light. Wasn't the cop though? Cop wasn't nowhere around. He was up Popeyes. I was like right under the. Never mind.
Oh man.
I'm just playing.
But again,
I don't know their
like
routes.
Moan said, I mean, cops should live in the neighborhoods they patrol, they serve. Period. You know what I'm saying? So that would definitely help. It's not an end all be all, but it's a lot of things. That's one of a number of things that can be
But
done.
I go back to what you're
help.
saying about the unions. The unions will fight that until they.
That's why. That's why the union structures should be completely obliterated and remade. Period. If you want to be in this, if you want to be in this industry, this is what you gotta do, or find another damn job. Period.
They should make becoming a cop like becoming a doctor or a lawyer or another high-end professional. Like, I don't even think you should be a cop before you're 25. You have no life experience.
I don't care if you went to war. Period.
No,
I don't care.
You're still not dealing with civilians. You're still not dealing with within your element. So
yeah,
they should be made. Like I said, they should be made.
You should go to police academy. Should be 4 years.
Okay,
or at least 4 years.
25.
I mean, you should be made to get a degree in psychology.
That too.
I mean, the training. I get what you're training, but I don't know. I don't necessarily
People get
want
more
to put
trained to do hair.
a cap on like what age somebody should be. Something like long as you train to do it, I think you should be able to do it.
People be in school for longer to do nails than to be a police officer and given a weapon.
You can't train people in life experience.
So then
you can only use life experience.
Yeah, but some people like say if somebody became a cop at like 30, it don't mean they experienced life. They could have been like not around anything. That don't mean they've been more experienced because they're older. Like somebody once told me, just because you older don't mean you smarter. It might just mean you was dumb longer.
That's true. I just think you have a better. I think your numbers would be better if you started making them wait to become cops.
Yeah.
Right out of high school, like say right out of college. No.
No, ever not
Too
at all.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's a correlation into bad cops' age and experience, because like there's cops that probably don't have the experience but don't make them bad cops just because they just don't do dumb shit. You know what I mean? It's like you know better.
Like on life experience. You made a lot more mistakes in your 20s than you did your 30s.
I thought you were about to say now. I don't know.
I don't know. My 30s was rough. Like,
30s, I knew I knew everything in my 30s. 20s, I thought I knew stuff.
But it's not just being a police officer. You shouldn't even be married before you're 25. Your fucking brain isn't even developed yet, fully developed.
Yeah.
And we're making these life-altering decisions. Now you're not only making life-altering decisions for yourself, you're making them for other fucking people. Right. You need to grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
not only the organizations need to have like a certain level of insurance, but you as an individual police officer need to carry a personal bond.
Yeah,
your pension on the line. If you do that, you don't get no pension.
Yeah, try insuring a teenage driver.
Pay that.
So
you pay that.
So it should cost departments to insure a teenage rookie cop.
Right. Pay more.
I'm okay with that.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm okay with that.
What is your deterrent? What is the deterrent for making them not do any of this stuff?
The deterrent is, which should be, they're gonna take your ass to jail and you get convicted just like somebody else get. That's what the deterrent should be. Yeah. Like, if you do something dumb or you do something vindictive or you do something wrong, you should be able, like the same, like if he shoots somebody, I'm using you because you said you the daughters know where the gun at. If you shoot somebody, and the same thing happened to you should happen to that cop if you shoot somebody.
Yeah, that's why I carry insurance.
That is ultimately the answer.
Yeah,
these guys, they get into situations and they get out of them because, like you said, the union or the other officers lie for them or the system like puts them ahead. But that's the answer. The answer is, that part of the answer.
Yeah, my thing is if you cut that camera off, you fired.
The consequences
guilty
need to be the same as somebody else. You're doing the same thing. So you shouldn't be more privileged because your job is to protect and serve. Mm-hmm. That to me, make them accountable.
It should be worse.
Accountable.
It should be more accountable.
Yeah, it should be higher. The penalty should be higher.
And the thing is that when you're in the military, you do something wrong,
you should go to jail.
The military punishment is worse.
And you definitely lose your
You're held to a higher standard in the military than you are as a civilian.
Depends on what you do wrong and where you do it at. Let's just put it that way. Like the military.
You should go to jail. The department should be fined, and you should lose your pension.
I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. And that is a deterrent. That's a good deterrent.
Right.
But I mean, you know, until stuff like that start happening, this stuff is going to continue to happen. Like, I mean, I don't know how much time we got left in the show. If we want to get into the little girl that got shot. Oh. Okay. So there was a little girl that was shot in Columbus. Was it this morning or yesterday?
Yesterday.
And I haven't seen, so I'm gonna let you guys like comment on it because I seen a little piece of the video. Some girl run around in a pink jogging suit, so I don't know exactly what happened. Thoughts, Mr. Love?
I mean, it ain't really much to say. Like, I can't justify the actions. I can't justify those actions. I can't justify she had a knife. I mean, I can't justify them killing her because she had a knife. I mean, because like you said, we've seen videos of cops getting their weapon taken away from them.
We've seen cops kill people with guns.
By
white males.
The guy shot up a mall and he came out, you know, and he was shot in the leg. You know,
I mean, we've seen the video of the dude in Chicago or wherever. What was that, Wisconsin? That's crossed state lines with an assault rifle, trying to give itself up to police officers, and them riding past him.
Because he knew the crowd behind was about that action.
But I'm saying, so I don't feel like you deserve to be a police officer if you can't disarm a 15-year-old with a knife.
How, Sway?
I agree, but
what happened to your taser?
But here's the thing, though.
They always pull the
your taser. You got rubber bullets. You got regular restraints, and you're trained in hand-to-hand combat. You're trained to fucking disarm people.
You have a gun.
That's part of your training. You trained to fight.
You're trained to fight.
In the video, I haven't watched it. Did they say drop the weapon or they just start blasting? Anybody know?
I didn't see the video. I've been trying to avoid watching black people get killed on camera.
Yeah, that shit is kind of traumatic.
I don't watch that on purpose. I'm not trying. I do not watch, like, during the court case toward the end of the trial for George Floyd was the first time I saw those 9 minutes. I didn't look at it. I didn't want to look at it.
Yeah, it took me a while to watch it. Like I said, I haven't watched this complete video. Like I said, I turned it on, saw people running around talking about it. I didn't want to watch the video. But, I mean, if you could have situations where they have 9-hour standoff with someone because they have hostages because they threaten to kill themselves, you can't have
You can't talk her down?
Yeah, with a 15-year-old.
You can't talk down a 15-year-old?
I mean, apparently they couldn't. Like I said, I'll probably do a little more research on it tonight, but I guess my biggest...
So somebody's life was in danger? Which means apparently they couldn't.
You couldn't shoot the 15-year-old in the foot?
Because they knew that she couldn't come... Like, if they shot her in the leg, then she's not going to get up with the knife and start coming after her with a knife like a Chucky doll.
But that's what everybody's
saying.
If you talk to police officers, they're trained to kill. They shoot, they're trained to kill. They're not trained to wound. They're not trained to fire warning shots. They're trained to
find
kill.
A warning shot on
black people.
They trained.
That's what I said. They're trained to kill black people.
Period. They are. You're right.
They're trained to kill blacks.
Mm-hmm. We killed the blacks. Everybody else.
So that's my problem with it. It's like, dude, you can't. She was already in a situation, I guess, where girls were there to harm her, were there to jump her or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
From my experience, dude, this is just me. Everybody said, well, what are you going to do when you need the police? Police always make shit worse.
They always.
Police ain't never helped me, not one time. If something got stolen from me, they ain't never brought it back. If somebody came to assault me, they ain't never protect me from anybody. So please don't do shit for me. So if somebody robbed me right now, I'm not getting my shit back. I'm not calling the police. Police still haven't.
I filed a police report and then just filed an insurance claim.
I mean, but I'm saying I filed a police report, but I filed 2 police reports in the past 5 years. I haven't heard back from the police yet.
Yeah, they don't. They were like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I've had situations where the police helped me. So
now, when I was a kid, like I remember one summer.
What city was you in?
Cleveland Heights.
Okay.
I got my bike stolen twice, and they brought my bike back both
Same
times.
bike?
Same bike.
Listen, you need
Was that the Sheik out stealing bikes back there? There was a bald head dude named the Sheik that was stealing bikes back there.
So they knew exactly where to go. Both times.
You remember Coventry Pizza?
Yeah.
You know, I had put my bike out there, the order there or whatever.
That's your fault.
Yeah, it is my fault. Absolutely. You know, another time I was at the Kane Park and I had my bike. You know, I was like, man, let me get a chain. The one day I didn't chain it up. I had the chain. So you know, negligent behavior. You know what I'm saying, for sure. But like the police officer, like, yeah, this your bike? I was like, yeah. I was like, thanks. So those are the two instances where
denied.
you know, denied like a mother.
I had somebody come to my door one time trying to bust in my house and fight. It was a girl, a lady, and
police saved you.
No, they saved her. But I mean, because I've never ever put my hand on a woman before, but she needed it. You ever been like in a situation where somebody want to fight you so bad they need it, like they're not gonna. So she was like banging on my door, and the police got her off my property. You know, I mean, because had I let her in, I probably would have been.
You would have got killed.
Carted off. You know, so and then I had one time where this guy put a gun on me.
I'm almost certain you deserved it. Like, I'm almost certain.
Was in these Cleveland? No,
he should have been around Popeyes.
No, right. God put a gun on me, man. It really had nothing to do with nothing. Like, we were playing basketball. He got mad because I was getting up on him, and he pulled a gun on the basketball court. And
out of sock?
Huh?
Out of sock?
No, he had a little. What they used to call it, like a little jammy bag, like on the side. Yeah, and he went and got his.
That's your fault. You let him
got
get
his
to the
Roscoe.
You let him get to the fanny bag?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't thinking. I was thinking about the team that was coming on the court next. I wasn't even thinking about him. And he pulled the Roscoe out, and the police were like, you know, I'm Woodhill alumni. The police were driving around the 4th
Mental
district.
note: I'm not playing basketball.
And I
gotta bring my strap to the basketball.
Just don't play at Woodhill.
They just.
I'm good.
Only burnouts play up there.
Don't do that. I mean, I guess you know what?
I'm not.
I'll take that shot. I took a shot at.
I'm not gonna drive 15 minutes for that.
I mean, if I want quality violence, I'll go right to East Cleveland. I don't gotta go to Woodhill.
You said quality vintage violence.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have a.
We don't wait for guys to get to their gym bag.
Like, you coming to the gym? You coming there with a bag?
Right.
I mean, he wasn't
coming there with a ball.
He wasn't really
That's
like
it.
a basketball player, but he was just coming because on his way to like a dope house. I don't know. Anyway, but he put a gun.
Man, you got
He didn't.
Shoot.
Said the police at Woodhill said the Woodhill police saved you.
No,
You almost got killed by G Money.
He wasn't. I don't know if he was really going to shoot. You know the crazy part about that whole situation is like, and everybody was like all crowded around, and like once they handcuffed him and put him in the car, we started playing again. I had like 8 points that next game. It was going to shoot.
Oh man, I would have went to the crib.
That's the difference.
I had to make him. I was a ball player. No.
He's Woodhill alum, and I got banned from the glass house for a couple years.
Oh
fighting.
wow.
I wasn't allowed in there, so that's the difference.
No, I'm not talking about indoor.
I know. I'm saying my story is indoor. We're not talking about you.
Oh.
Right.
So my story took place on the inside.
Oh, you got banned from Woodhill?
Yeah, Remember I told when we started going up there a couple of years ago when John was getting us in.
Yeah.
I told you I wasn't allowed up there.
Oh, huh. Next time we go.
I need to play. I gotta get in
Officer.
better shape. I gotta get in better shape. I don't know if I can play.
Run his numbers. No.
You know, I'll pay some 33 or something.
But yeah, dude, it's just a sad state of affairs, and you know they found a quick way to take the little victory we had Monday by killing another person.
Right. It wasn't even an hour.
It wasn't, to me, it wasn't even a victory, though.
That's why I said the small victory it was.
Well, it was
saying they took that joy that we had. I'm trying not to cut as much on the air this week too. They took that little piece of joy that we had and they turned it into bloodshed.
To me, it was justice. It wasn't. It's so sad that when something happens that's supposed to happen,
the bar is so low.
We like, man, we happy that something happened that was supposed to happen.
But that's the thing. Like,
what I tell, if y'all remember, you can go back on the shows. We talked. Think back when we were talking. I said, okay, now we're starting to get charges pressed. We're starting to get prosecution. I said about 5 years we'll start getting convictions. So we're right about that point where we're starting to get convictions. I said these things.
Yeah,
I'm kind of smart sometimes.
Yeah, you on Johnny.
When I'm not.
I don't feel it's like
when I'm not drunk or high. Or both.
Let's write that down somewhere.
Mental note.
I just like when I seen the guy, I was really hoping, like when we were talking about last week,
Keisha.
that He
What up,
definitely-
Squeeze?
I needed him
Big Squeeze?
Yeah.
to get convicted, because of what was going to happen if he didn't.
Hey, yo, shout out for the family for not hugging this bitch ass.
Not praying for him, not forgiving him.
Yo,
Yeah.
for real.
I'm usually like,
Well, I mean, the thing is that I don't think they're gonna do that because they did. The other family did that sentences. Can I
I'm about
hug
to say
you?
I'm about to say they get to talk before sentencing, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. We'll see then.
I don't know.
I hope
I
not.
definitely wouldn't want that to happen.
Yeah, y'all, but if y'all hear me, do not,
Real
not.
quick, and I was talking to my co-host on the way.
Oh my
To the show
mama,
today.
Don't do that, yo.
I asked somebody like in my inbox last week about last week's show, content wise, and they were advocating that I was advocating for police officers and people in white America because my argument was
You got to say they were avid about you advocating. You can't advocate to advocate. That doesn't make sense.
Yo, shout out to Adrian
Doesn't make
Nickerson.
sense, sir.
Definitely appreciate you supporting the project, beloved.
thank you
For sure. I see her
for the
in the chat room. I wanted to
just
just acknowledge you and thank you for
I'm
purchasing
just
the
saying
record.
it just doesn't
Definitely
make sense.
appreciate
the story.
you.
It kind of makes sense now. Anyway,
You got to get better at telling stories. Is what I'm telling you.
I don't know about that. But so the guy was like, yo, Cam, you was like trying to say that taking up for white people, saying that that we needed to fix them to help them not kill us. Let me be clear. I'm not saying we need to fix anybody. What I'm saying is I want my kid to come home. That's what I'm saying. Like, and this guy was saying, if I could say something to somebody to make them not feel some type of way about my child, for my child to come home, I'm gonna say it. And on top of that, I don't ever want to be at a podium, man. Like saying like Nancy Pelosi said today, I want to thank George Floyd for sacrificing. She said sacrifice
Oh my God.
his life.
You know what?
You know what I mean? And
You know what? My good friend Michelle said, "Shut up, Nancy," and I didn't know why. Like, my wife been trying to get me to not watch CNN constantly because I have CNN
Me
running
too.
in the background.
Me too.
You know,
All
when
the
I'm
time.
at work, I have it off, but like I didn't see her. I'm so glad that I didn't see that.
I'm just paranoid and angry naturally. So
Yeah. So,
CNN
I'm
doesn't-
just
I can't watch CNN no more.
I don't want to
Oh
be
my
I don't want to be at a podium for anything other than accepting some award for something.
Other than him being an idiot, I guess you can say last week you kind of came off like you were kind of like,
I just want people to live,
How do
man.
we help 'em? I mean,
I'm down. I'm down
get
with
that
life.
I get that from conversations with you, but I'm saying it might have come off to somebody else.
Yeah, I don't put us in. I don't say we are responsible for them killing us. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not.
nah, that's on them.
But what I'm saying is, if there's a conversation to be had, and like we were talking earlier, it might not be one. It might not be nothing we could say to someone to make them feel a certain way or not feel a certain way about us. But if there's a conversation to be had, I want to have it. I want to have it because to me, and to this guy, I know he listened this week because I told him I was going to talk about it. Like, if you out there watching riots and you talking about all this kind of stuff and just revolution, but you watching, you watching. It's like watching the NBA Finals. You're a spectator. You know what I mean? You're a spectator. And you're not out there, throwing rocks or whatever they doing or whatever and stuff to make this change. I'm not saying you're a sucker. And I'm not, we've been friends for a long time. I'm not calling you a sucker. But if I can,
Sucker.
if I can have a conversation.
Hold up, no disrespect.
Yeah, no before I get real disrespectful.
Before I disrespect the
I don't have a natural hate towards anybody.
Right.
But I want my kids to come home. I want my nephews to come home. I want your kids to come home. I want your kids to come home. And if I have a conversation with somebody, a police officer, and whatever I said to him means your child is coming home, I'm cool with that. Like, I mean, I'm not one of those guys like, I ain't talking to this more. I mean, because, and what I say to him might not matter. It might not matter. But if I can say something, I just want
My whole thing, man, about that is, live and let live. Respect me, I respect you. I am not about to be caping.
Wait. I'm not
gonna
really
cape. I didn't say you did, but what I'm saying is I'm not about to do that. The thing is that
No, I don't know what cape means.
take up or say, well, we need to reach out to them too. I'm not that guy at all. My thing is do the work. Everybody has to do the work.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is that white people need to do the work. And it can't be and it's not up to us to hold their hand to do that shit.
But understand
that's on them. That's the problem. They gotta solve on their own.
Agree.
But understand this though. And
we don't have the energy to do that. We got issues.
It is not our
own.
problem. It is not our responsibility.
It's not
to make them feel some kind of way. But as long as they feel that way, we still dying. And see, that's what I'm trying to say. At some point in time, a conversation has to happen. Like, I mean, I get it. They're killing the shit out of us. But at some point in time, we're going to have to talk about it on some level.
I'm done talking. I'm done talking. My thing is, I'm going to be the best person I can be for myself and for my family, you know, and then for society at large. In terms of me holding another group of people's hands that have been historically, you know, shitting on me. No, I'm not reaching out and extending the olive branch. Fuck that. I'm not.
Well, thank everybody.
And the thing is that the real ones that are cool that we don't have to talk to, I'm gonna talk to the people that are cool, I don't have to explain human decency to them. If I gotta explain human decency to you, fuck you. Now, if you understand human decency, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. No.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in this week, man. Man, we had a great show this week.
Hit the inbox, man. Cop the album.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Check the link. Links in
All
the
right,
comments.
man. We're going to holler at everybody next week, man. I'm Franchise Cam.
More love.
And special guest.
Richard Carlisle, what's up?
We out.
I would have lost money. He didn't call you Mr. Nice Guy.
Boom.
You get that.